thrilled you brought that up, listener, because you're talking about a coin of two heads there. Why did GSP retire for a moment, if you will, get his head straight, and he's in a dark place or whatever he said after that fight? It was because performance enhancing drugs in MMA were getting so bad that Johnny Hendricks was a product of that, right? And Hendricks had a venture capital fund his training camp, right? And one of my sparring partners at El Nino, Johnny Carson, like went and was getting paid by that venture capital fund. But then the UFC adopted what WADA or whatever the drug testing it is, and Johnny Hendricks' career essentially stopped right there. George St. Pierre knew, hey, I can't compete with these guys when they're all doped up like that. And that's why the Hendricks fight was so close. I still think George won, but, I know a lot of people don't. Let's take the opposite side, John Jones. Okay, why did John Jones leave? First of all, he almost lost twice at light heavyweight, right? But then there's something bigger than that. He wanted to go to heavyweight, but look, the reality was the drug game had changed. So John couldn't be on testosterone so much to the point where he had no natural testosterone in his body. And I still remember Joe Rogan talking about that, going, well, why would that be? And the guy's like, well, either castration or he's on drugs. And Rogan just didn't want to admit that John Jones was a performance-enhancing drug addict, if you will. So the bottom line is, Jones went away for 3 years to get himself clean, to be able to fight clean. George St. Pierre went away for 3 years to get everybody else clean. So when he came back against Bisping, he could beat him. It's two sides of the same coin, if you will, for both those guys. So people do step away. Listen, I stand corrected, but they stepped away for a very important reason, and that reason was drugs. Make no mistake about it. Now, listen, do I blame Dana White for doing what he did? I think Dana let it roll as long as he could with the feds. What do the feds do in this country? Look, in this country, law enforcement is a capitalistic endeavor, right? And if they see you doing really well, they will come after you. You want proof? Look at Vince McMahon in the 90s. Wrestling had finally broken out, was a world-class thing, and they wanted the money from it. So they came after him and accused him of running a criminal enterprise based on steroids. Believe me, Vince McMahon was watching. So when he saw that performance-enhancing drugs were getting out of control in the UFC, he brought in an outside testing service that would take all liability away from him. And it's funny because during that time, Dana and was it Lorenzo were about as juiced out on TRT as you can get, as he would tell the fighters they can't use it. Man, I don't agree with that. I like the Japan model where they're all on it, because really what you get then in America is who's cheating and who's not cheating, and whoever's cheating wins. And that explains Chael Sonnen's fight with Anderson Silva the first time. Read my book, War of the Light, for more.